Unbelievable. That's the word that comes to mind when I think about the Galaxy S22 Ultra in 2025. This phone was a game changer back in 2022, blending the best of the Galaxy Note and S series into one mind-blowing package. But 3 years later, with new flagships dropping left and right, is this still a worthy buy? Or is it just living off past glory? Alright, let's dive into this review and find out if the S22 Ultra still holds up, or if it's time to move on. Alright, let's start with the design, because this thing still turns heads. The S22 Ultra's sharp edges, and that iconic camera bump screen premium. It's a glass and metal beast with Gorilla Glass Victus on both sides and an armor aluminum frame. I mean, just look at this burgundy color. Gorgeous, right? You've also got black, white, and my personal favorite, green. It's got that Note DNA with the built-in S Pen, which is such a flex for jotting notes or sketching on the go. But let's be real, it's a big boy. At 163.3 by 77.9 by 8.9 millimeters and 227 grams. It feels chunkier than it looks on paper. If you got smaller hands, you might struggle. No headphone jack, no micro SD slot, but you do get IP68 water resistance, so it's tough as nails. 3 years in, this design still feels fresh. But is it practical for everyone? Drop a comment. Do you love this bold look or prefer something sleeker? Now the display, straight up stunning. This 6.8-inch dynamic AMOLED is a masterpiece with a 1440 by 3080 resolution that's sharper than the 1080p on the smaller S22 models. The 1 to 120 Hz adaptive refresh rate keeps things buttery smooth, and at 1750 nits peak brightness, it's like staring into the sun in a good way. Whether you're binging Netflix HDR or scrolling X, this screen pops. The in-screen ultrasonic fingerprint scanner is fast and reliable in face unlock. It's not iPhone level secure, but gets the job done. My only gripe? You have to manually switch to the full 1440p resolution in settings. Why? Samsung? Still, in 2025, this display holds its own against newer flagships. What's your favorite thing to watch on a screen this good? Performance-wise, the S22 Ultra is no slouch. In the US, you got the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1, while Europe and the UK get the Exynos 2200. The Snapdragon's got a slight edge, about 10% faster in CPU tasks, but both chips handle gaming, multitasking, and editing like champs. I was playing Genshin Impact on max settings, and this vapor chamber cooling kept things chill. It's shipped with Android 12 and One UI 4.1, but here's the kicker. Samsung promised 4 major OS updates and 5 years of security patches. That means it's already on Android 15 in 2025 and will hit Android 16 next year. That's huge for longevity. My issue? One UI still has occasional stutters, like when swiping to the home screen or scrolling X. It's not a deal breaker, but it's annoying when Pixels and iPhones feel smoother. Anyone else notice this, or am I just picky? Oh, the S Pen. This is what makes the S22 Ultra special. It's tucked inside the phone, ready for action, with a matte finish and color match cap. The latency's down to 2.8 milliseconds, so writing feels almost like pen on paper. Almost. I love jotting quick notes or sketching dumb doodles during calls. The Samsung Notes app is solid, and features like lock screen notes and air gestures are super handy. Is it life-changing? If you're a Note fan or love digital sketching, absolutely. But if you never use styluses, it's just a cool party trick. Quick poll, S Pen users, what's your go-to feature? Let me know below. The camera system is where the S22 Ultra flexes hard. You got a 108 megapixel main sensor, a 12 megapixel ultra-wide, and 2 telephotos, a 3x and a 10x periscope zoom. That 10x zoom is unreal. Crisp, vibrant shots even from a distance. I snapped a photo of a street sign half a block away, and it was like I was standing right there. Night mode is solid, pulling vibrant colors in low light, but the main camera can be hit or miss. Sometimes colors look washed out, and details get soft at the edges. Portrait mode is awesome, though. Great subject separation, creamy bokeh. Video strong too, with 8K recording and solid stabilization, But super steady mode is stuck at 1080p, which feels dated. Compared to 2025 flagships like the S25 series, it's not the king anymore, but for most people, this camera still delivers. What kind of shots do you take most with your phone? Battery life is okay. The 5,000 milliamp hours cell sounds massive, but real world use is average. On a heavy day with lots of camera use, I went from 100% at 9 a.m. to 8% by 6 p.m. Lighter days, think browsing and streaming, last longer, but it's not a 2-day phone. Our test showed 13 hours of browsing, 7.5 hours of YouTube, and 10 hours of gaming. Not bad, but not great. Charging's decent at 45 watts, hitting 66% in 30 minutes, and a full charge in an hour. No charge in the box, though, which still stings. Wireless charging at 15 watts, and reverse wireless charging are nice bonuses. If battery is your priority, newer phones might edge this out. How's your phone's battery holding up in 2025? Let's talk value, because this is where things get interesting. In 2025, the Galaxy S22 Ultra's original $1,200 price tag is ancient history. Based on current data, a brand new S22 Ultra, if you can track one down, goes for around $600 to $700, depending on storage. On the used market, it's even better. Think $350 to $450 for a good condition 128 gigabytes or 256 gigabytes model. That's an absolute steal for a phone with this gorgeous AMOLED display, versatile camera, and that unique S Pen. Now, let's stack it up against 2025's budget flagships like the Google Pixel 9a or OnePlus 13R. The Pixel 9a, priced around $500, brings Google's killer AI features and a top-notch camera, plus software updates until 2032. The OnePlus 13R, at $600, packs a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, a massive 6,000 mAh battery, and 80 watts charging that smokes the S22 Ultra's 45 watts. At used prices, the S22 Ultra undercuts both by a mile, and it still holds its own for most tasks. But if you're craving the latest AI tricks or all-day battery life, something like the Galaxy S25 or even the S24, now around $800 to $900, might be worth the splurge. For budget hunters, though, the S22 Ultra is a killer deal. Have you ever scored a used flagship? Drop your story in the comments. So, is the Galaxy S22 Ultra still worth buying in 2025? For the right person, absolutely. If you love the S Pen, need a killer display, or want a versatile camera without breaking the bank, this phone's a no-brainer, especially at $350 to $450 used. The software support through 2026 is a big win, too. But if battery life or super smooth software is your thing, you might want to look at newer options like the S24 or even a Pixel 9. For me, the S22 Ultra's mix of power and personality still feels special. What do you think? Would you rock this phone in 2025, or is it time to upgrade? Drop your thoughts below. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this, and subscribe for more tech reviews. Catch you in the next one.